Chrissy Love, live and raw. Y'all know who that is? Today I'm pleased to be having another great college experience, reminiscing about the days when I was a young student on campus trying to find my way in the world. Gerard! And today, people, we're inspired by the words of this gentleman behind me. Yeah. Y'all ready? What Phil Stubbs say? We walking. Let's take a walk, y'all. Y'all know who that is? Frederick Douglass, people. And Frederick Douglass is the person who said the quote that I use a lot on Chrissy Love Live and Raw about power conceding. Power never concedes without a fight. And we all know, since we've been building this nation. Let me show y'all Frederick. Hey, Nadia. See? Frederick didn't take no foolishness. And so I wish more of us Bahamians would be inspired by the spirit of Frederick Douglass, who said that power never concedes without a fight. So again, what they meant for evil, baby, is happening for good. It is December the 5th. I'm up north. Look what I got on. Hey! See, what the enemy meant for evil, God is turning it around for good. Because I'm here on another college campus with the most important person in the world. And we all know who that is. I do all this stuff. Everything I do because I have to raise a decent, considerate, well-rounded black man. And I'm a woman doing it on my own. Yeah, I got some help. I've surrounded my son with some great men in his life. But by and large, we all know that the black man needs some help. So today we're going to have, Sharrett say Wayne, LLLL. Today we're going to have a conversation, people. Let me sit down here. Let me get in my chair. Yeah, we can have a conversation, people. Like we always have a conversation. Hey, legal. And we're going to talk about how we can possess this spirit to break free of the chains of ignorance that are keeping us just downtrodden. Every day I read the newspaper. Shout out to my boy Sinclair, who sends me the newspapers from home. And once again, you look in the newspapers and you go to yourself, wait, hold on. Really though? And so as I sit here, it's good to see you too, Yocosta, inspired by Frederick Douglass. Now, you know, like I said, I've been using his quotes on many of the shows that, excuse me, I've done since 1994, because I believe, as an abolitionist, a suffragist, a labor leader, when I see the foolishness we as black folk do, especially we black folk who live in black majority countries, say, haven't been for my drinkers yet. Marva, just go to Taj Mahal and get your drink, boo. Manjit has my information. Speaking of drink, let me get a little. I decided to make some salsa. Some salsa water with cucumber. You know I'm trying to keep my skin fabulous, honey. About this beautiful American water, though. Okay. So, people, like I told you, whenever I experience things in life, I take that. Mava, I know. That's why I was asking about what the fuck is going on. Anyway, let me not cuss on the college campus. Lord, I in front of the library. Y'all remember my last show by the library? I think I need to upload that show to YouTube. Y'all remember my CYC show in the library that everybody was so mad about? Y'all remember that one? I think I can put that up on YouTube today. Yeah. Let me pick some sin and be trapsy. Yes, indeedy. So today, people, as we tell it like it is, I want to talk to you about what's happening at home. And again, I keep telling people I'm only doing this show on YouTube and away from home because of the circumstances that have been handed into my life. Marco say, Trapsy, a Bahamian story. We can't wait. Child, I can't wait either. I started writing a little piece of Trapsy, but I tell you what happened, right? I said, you know, Lord, I believe that this test that I'm going through is going to become the greatest story ever. Because I say I'm going to do the book. I go to open up my laptop. Why the laptop dead? So now I got to go schlep to go take it somewhere to get it fixed. Really though? Really? Anyway, so as I sit here watching my precious angel go through the things that I went through, Thick Madame said, I think I missed less than 4 shows from November to last year. You deserve a prize. And so as I sit here and look at him being so wide-eyed and excited about what college is going to mean for him, I reminisce about the things I've learned in life. So as we tell it like it is on a Tuesday, I want you to share some of your best life lessons. I love you too, Andrew, sweetie. I want you to share some of your best life lessons, because I remember being an 18-year-old, wide-eyed 18-year-old, going on the campus and just being so full of exuberance. Now, even though I did not like the school that I was sent to, I keep telling y'all, that's why I'm helping my son through this process, because again, I don't know if it was a gift or a curse, but I didn't apply to school when I was a freshman. I was told where I was going. Yeah, I told y'all that story already. I can tell y'all that story later. So I'm experiencing this myself. Now, I did transfer to another school, but I'm not saying that it's not a good experience, but we all know the experience of being a transfer student versus that exciting freshman year is a totally different thing. So today I want to ask you, Love Nest, what are some of the best lessons you learned? And I keep telling Bahamian people, you don't have to go to college to learn lessons. I went to college because I was told I was going. Again, ever since I was in the cradle, I knew I was going to college. And so I want to ask you, as we seek to build our country, I'm hoping to see some Bahamians who are on this campus. I was going to send out a little note to him, but he is so extra. I didn't want to let him know I was here. Because you know Bahamians extra when they know you in town, right? You know, they dead extra. But we love them though. And so I want to ask you some of the lessons you would have learned over these years. Again, I'm sitting here in this square with quotes from the famous abolitionist Frederick Douglass, and it just warms my heart, because one of the things I've been telling Bahamian people as we fight for our country and wrestle it away from the greedy, corrupt, evil, selfish, and cocksuckery, that power isn't going to conceive without a fight. As a matter of fact, let me read Frederick Douglass's actual quote. "The struggle may be a moral one, or it may be a physical one, and it may be both moral and physical, but it must be a struggle. Power concedes nothing without a demand. It never did and never will." So these 60 hoggish families, they ain't gonna give up nothing. Look at Marva. Marva say, Marva, I can't take it. So remember that power is not gonna concede without a fight. Well, Marva, you know what? Take it from me. If that door ain't opening for you no more, down your door. So you moving on to bigger and better. And we all know, you know, a lot of times we get caught up in that web. We all know that where you were let go from, Marva, has had a challenge ever since it was started. You know, that's one of the things the first Pindling administration didn't do well. It didn't set up the proper foundations for a lot of our institutions. So again, we all know the gaming board has been a cluster, you know what, ever since it was established. But it is my hope, and Marva, I know it's going to be better, because when the door closes, it's always for something better. It's always for something better. And even though it hurts when the door closes, especially losing your job just before the holidays, I know, remember now, I was, my contract was ended 2 months before Christmas, and I had big bills. That's when Wayne was traveling all over the world. And y'all know a ticket to Romania ain't cheap. Thanks. And so I just say to you, Marva, keep your head up. Keep your head up, because it gets better. And the thing is, as we fix our nation, we know that a lot of the systems have to be fixed. There's going to be some pain. There's going to be some discomfort. And so I just ask you to be patient. All right, let me read some of your comments as we get the show started. Jared's here. Nadia's here. Hey, Marva. Prodigy's here. Say, hey, Fred. Prodigy, I can't take it. Aaron, say, Aaron, that's you, right? Isn't that Aaron? Aaron, we got to get together, man. I need you to help me write Trap C. Because Aaron, say, hey, Fred, I can't take it. And you know, I've been waiting for the longest. Danny Glover was supposed to write this screenplay about Frederick Douglass. And Thingham was supposed to star in it. What's his name? Yeah, Danny Glover was going to be Frederick Douglass. And it was going to talk about his life story. And I think a lot of times, a lot of us as black folk, especially black folk in the Caribbean, we are so hung up on our story of the slave narrative that we don't realize that out of that narrative came some great people. And I think sometimes as black folk, we tend to hold on to the pain of slavery. And it was a painful experience, don't get me wrong. White supremacy is real, okay? It was a painful experience. But I think slavery has shown us that we are a resilient people. Hi. Slavery has shown us that we survived the Middle Passage. That is why I get heartbroken when I look at my country. And I can't speak for Frederick Douglass, but I ask myself, how could we survive the Middle Passage, but we can't survive Kemp Road, Nassau Village, Hay Street, East Street, Yellow Elder, You know, why can't we survive our communities? We are a people who are built on resilience. And so when I reminisce about the history of us as a nation, as a people, I am often confused as to, we made it, our ancestors, we have the DNA of people who would have made it across the Middle Passage. And I don't have to show you the pictures. Y'all know the slave trade. Y'all could have go right down to Pompeii Museum and go see it. Remember when they had the slave ship of the Henrietta Marie? Lord, that haunted me for days. But I ask myself, why is it, even though the government's saying crime down, and dear Stephen Dean, while I love the Lord just like you, do you really want your police officers telling you that crime is down by the grace of God? I'm gonna need some scientific facts. So I ask myself, oh, hold on, the wind blowing. See, I was just showing off about how warm it is. Okay, that warmness, look, that warmth name over. Let me put on my coat, child. Let me put on my coat. I still can't believe Aaron say, hey, Fred. And look at Fred's face. Fred is like, huh? Fred ain't taking nobody's shit. Here's another wonderful quote by Frederick Douglass. As a matter of fact, I'm going to let y'all look at it while I put on my coat. Y'all ready? Y'all could read it? Y'all could see it? Y'all look at that while I put on my coat. It says, all that distinguishes man as an intelligent and accountable being is equally true of women. There can be no reason in the world for denying a woman the exercise of the elective franchise or a hand in making and administering the laws of the land. Some of our legislators need to come here and get some Frederick Douglass. Yeah, you see that? Because you know in the Bahamas, we women are second-class citizens. I know you all fool yourselves into thinking that you're not. But let me be the 100th person to tell you, you are second-class citizens. You Bahamian women can't even pass on your citizenship to your children. Yeah, but I'm not going to go there today. So Frederick Douglass was a brilliant man. And again, I tell you, I've been lucky in that. Coming from a family of activists and fighters, my daddy told me the story of Frederick Douglass. I was always intrigued by Frederick Douglass. As a matter of fact, I love Frederick Douglass's beard. I always tease, remember when I was at ZNS and my boy was my producer, Sean, the Dapper Don? I always tease Sean that his daddy, Mr. Roderick Innes, looks like Frederick Douglass before he cut off all his beard. And so as we look at the writings of Frederick Douglass, we have to get inspired to fix our country, because we could do better as a nation. And like I said, I'm feeling some kind of way not being home for Christmas, but I believe that there's a greater surprise in store for me. Alive and checking. Push come to shove, I'll go hang out with my girl and Deborah. Yeah, so I ain't worried about it. But I want to ask you today, as we tell it like a TI is on a Tuesday, how are we going to fix the things that are wrong in our country? Who's going to be inspired to fix the wrong that's in our country? As I was looking at the papers this morning, you want to help me write? Andrew, you could help me write. We could make it a collection. Trapsy, a collection of ups. Okay. All right, good thing I didn't mention it. Okay, I was trying to get my cousin to come on the show today. Let me see if I could call him. Let me see if he can answer me. I wanted my cousin to come and talk to us about this dead people tax. Yeah, the fact that you got to pay for dead people. You got to pay for dead bodies from the Princess Margaret morgue. So I was trying to get my cousin, who's a superstar funeral director, licensed funeral director and embalmer. I was trying to get him to come and talk to me about it, because I know a lot of times when things happen in our country, we get all worked up and excited and we get a bit emotional about it. But I wanted my cousin to just tell us what's going on. Cousin, can you talk to me?
Just getting with the embalming room. What's happening?
I just wanted you to tell my listeners about what it means with the taxing of dead bodies, because people are getting all up in arms about it. So I wanted you to just give a quick overview. Many of them remember you from when you used to do shows with me about the funeral business. Right. So what are we to understand? Because when I heard about the story of the woman who miscarried and had to pay $100 to get her baby, it made me kind of pissed. So what are we, the public, to understand about this new tax on dead bodies from the Rand morgue?
Okay, this really isn't any new taxes. Eh? You know, we don't enforce policies and laws in this country, and then things are as we were under our British colonial masters. They gazette everything. So once they gazette it, if you don't go and get a gazette and read to see what is policy and what is law, you wouldn't know what's going on in the country.
Yeah, we don't know. Most people don't know.
Because we are still governed by colonialism, and so you know what that means.
Yeah.
There are fees for what is called public fees for postmortems, which means that any person who dies and goes in the lab, the correct name for the morgue, there is a fee of $350 if there is a postmortem to be done on that person.
So an autopsy costs $350. Let me get this right, cousin. An autopsy costs...
Well, according to the documentation, public autopsies, $350.
Okay.
Private autopsies, $750. So take, for instance, you die in doctor's hospital and your body have to come over to the morgue, the RAN lab, for an autopsy to be done. There's a fee of $750. The $100 is a handling fee. That's for them handling the remains in the morgue. The storage fees, as stated in a letter dated October, that if they contact us, take for example, the morgue called me today and say, Mr. Dane, the body for Emerald Ridge Mortuary is ready to be released. I have 24 hours in which to comply. If I do not comply within 24 hours, then the storage fee is applied. Now, the problem with this whole situation that took place last week, two of my colleagues ran into a situation where they had to pay these fees before they could have removed the bodies. And rather than having a proper meeting and then having a proper press conference, they called an ad hoc press conference. I was informed about it while I was doing a family viewing, and I told the person who called me I was not going to attend.
I was wondering where you were.
They begged me to attend. I told them I will only attend as an observer, and so I stayed in the background. And then just before they went on camera, some of them started talking, but it's the people's time. I said, look here, man, leave all that political rhetoric out of the conversation, eh? but there are those who still go on talking this nonsense, but it's the people's time. But you know, one of my colleagues said to me Friday at the press conference, he said, Wendell, you know, you warned us about this long time, you know, that these things was going to happen.
You did say that.
29 years ago, cousin. 29 years ago, I tried to tell us we needed to regulate ourselves to get protection for this industry. And now you got 5 funeral homes that pop up in the last 4 years, owned and operated by persons who have no qualifications in mortuary science and on funeral service. Okay?
So how? And you know, we did a show about what happens to the requirements in order to operate in our country. Is everything so ad hoc?
There is none. There is none. And I have been pushing the envelope for 29 years. Last month, make 29 years, I was pushing the envelope. Now, let me tell you what happened. See, because I like for people to know exactly what's happening, because when some people hear this, some things can come out, and I might have a, good thing I done buried that one.
You remember the last time? Remember the last time we had our conversation? Hold on a second, cousin. Go ahead.
I had a personal issue that came up earlier part of this year. It took me out of circulation. It's a matter that was before the courts. I'm dealing with it. So during that time, we were already in meetings with the Attorney General office to the point where we were getting ready to draft legislation. There was a committee. I do everything by committee. And I stepped aside, and nobody took the reins to continue what was in place.
So who's the president now? Because when I was into, you're no longer the president of the association, right?
Listen, which association you're talking about? Let me give you some education so your public can know what's going on.
What?
1988, we formed the Bahamas Funeral Directors and Embalmers Association. Okay? The persons who were the office was president, vice president at the time. They went and registered the association under the Friendly Societies Act. Well, I know Friendly Society. I'm a profession. I know lodge and I know civic organization.
Right. You've been to school.
So after they demitted office, I went to work the Battle Brothers in October. I was offered a job at Battle Brothers in October of 1990. At the time, I was working for Good Shepherd. The Saturday, I was offered a job. I went to work on Monday and was told they cannot afford to pay me no more. So that's how I ended up at the Battle Brothers. I accepted the job.
Wow.
Even when I was an employee, my concerns was always regulate, regulate, regulate.
Right,
But
we need
things in
regulation.
order
That's what's killing the country.
so that you can be respected.
Mm-hmm.
So moving forward in 1999, February, March of 99, I was elected president. I then took the initiative to have meetings with the then Commissioner of Police, P.K. Barnaby, the then Minister of Health, the Parliamentary Secretary for Health at the time was Lester Turnquest, and the Ministry of Works. Because of my initiatives and those of my officers at the time, we have a bathroom facility in the only public cemetery that has a bathroom facility is Southern Cemetery at the intersection of Cowpen and Narrows, which don't function the post. But it was because of the initiative that me and my officers took at that time. They saw it and they had the thing done.
Okay.
The process that is at the morgue now, where if you are a regular sudden death, there's an officer station at the morgue under the coroner's court to deal with those matters. They were initiatives that I agitated for along with my officers at the time.
And we appreciate that because we need order in our country. That's what's killing us. There's no order.
Exactly. And see, they don't like me because I is a man, I like order. So, moving forward, some things happen and, I say, you know what, y'all ain't serious. There's too much hypocrisy. I step aside. I just let it, everything just went back to normal.
Mm-hmm.
In 1998, my then Vice President, Mr. Everett Bristol, who left the Bahamas and went back to work in the United States because he can't function under this foolishness that we're doing here. He's a qualified licensed funeral director. He went back to the United States. We called a meeting in 1998. We had about 33 persons showed up at that meeting. A steering committee was formed, and eventually I was replaced as chairman of the steering committee to put together a proposed constitution and bylaws as it relates to setting up an association. When we met the deadline, out of the 33 persons that showed up at that meeting, we had 19 showed up at the meeting. Out of that meeting, I therefore said, let's give everybody an opportunity. So I hand-delivered copies of the proposed constitution and bylaws with a note stating that everyone must review and where they can add anything into the articles or amendments, make a note on a separate piece of paper. We did not do it. Okay?
Okay.
And I told us in September of 1998, 10 years after the failed Friendly Societies Act incorporation of the Bahamas Funeral Directors and Bahamas Association. I said, the public is going to deal with us, and I got the minutes to show. The public will deal with us based on how they see us deal with each other, to the point where they will come in your establishment and tell you how much they want to pay you for your service.
So, cousin, and we know that, unfortunately, in our country, a lot of people just do whatever the hell they want to do. So what does it mean? By the way, I'm speaking to my cousin, the brilliant Wendell Dean from...
G. Dean II.
Wendell Dean II. Tell them, look here, put this ad on YouTube. Look here, some tourists might be coming home. They want my dad. Tell them who you is.
Wendell G. Dean II.
Okay.
Right.
I thought Loveness, I thought y'all knew my good cousin, the licensed funeral director and embalmer, the person who tried to put order in the business.
We don't have licenses yet, and that is another thing I was pushing for.
Well, away. I mean, when you went to school, away.
Yeah, qualifications. I went to Commonwealth College of Houston, of Funeral Service in Houston, Texas. I graduated in 1985. I was an officer in my class. I was a sergeant at arms. Okay, so I was always with order.
We know you brilliant because you're my family. So let me ask you.
What happened? No, before you ask
okay, go ahead.
They formed a coup against me in 2003.
Not the coup.
They simply, yeah. At that time, Mr. Bradley Roberts was the Minister of Works. Mr. Leslie Miller was the Minister of Trade and Industry. And so I had a conversation with both of them reference to regulating this industry. Both of them said they would get back to me. At that time, some of my colleagues said, if you want to know who's serious in this business, write a letter. So I wrote a letter stating simply to all funeral homes and funeral directors, those of us who have high moral and ethical standards, let us step forward and do what is right to protect our profession, to protect our industry, the communities and the clients that we serve. I put a footnote in there that a meeting with the minister was being arranged. Man, by the time as I drive from Rescue to Commonwealth to Cedar Crest to Curtis to New Bowl and all them, people who don't get their letter, they don't read and call ahead, and they accuse me of trying to close. Yeah, accuse me of trying to close down people's funeral home and all kind of foolishness.
But if you don't have the right qualifications, you should not be operating a funeral home. But you know what, cousin? I tell you, I want to do this whole 2-hour show with you. So what does it mean for the woman who miscarries her baby? And see, that's what got us. That's what got us. The woman who miscarries her baby and she got to go pay money to get her baby?
But see, there again, right? if I was the person dealing with that individual, I would have never spoke to that situation on camera. That's number one. That's because whatever, see, there's certain things between me and my client that has nothing to do with the public.
That's true. Use a
Okay?
good deep phrase. See, I know deep
And I
phrase.
know, I knew, and Chris, I thank God, my main cell phone was, well, this the same number you WhatsApping me on.
Uh-huh.
If this, I turned this back on this week.
For
If this
true?
was on last week, my phone would have been blowing up. It's a good thing most people ain't got my other
Oh,
number.
they don't notice your number. Well, cousin, I want to say thank you to you because every morning since I've been going through my ordeal, you've been sending me all
Yeah,
these
man.
wonderful,
Yeah, man.
inspirational songs and
Come on.
messages because I know those of us who are iconoclasts in the Bahamas, we just get treated like shit. But
Exactly.
it's all going to work out, and you warned people about this before. So at the end of the day, what do you see happening? I know you don't have a crystal ball, but what do you see happening? Because
at the end of the day, it's a policy that is already enforced because, like I said, it's gazetted. So once it's gazetted, it's according to colonial laws, it's public knowledge.
Okay.
So what happens? The public now needs to go online and look at PHA and look at the policies and procedures as to certain aspects of the hospital. Bearing in mind, garbage collection ain't free in this country, but we have been made to believe by the same Linden Oscar Pillen after they take over things what we have to pay for. They decide, okay, you ain't got to pay, but how you can maintain garbage trucks? But they ain't changed the statute though. They ain't make no amendment to the statute.
cousin,
Go
you know
online.
why? There's a
Health
set of
services
people
are-
who want things to stay mess up and jack up.
Yeah, you check the health. Persons will go online to the government website, and they can check every government agency to see what is required of the Bahamian people under the statute laws of the Bahamas. But regulations of funeral service is coming this coming year, because by February of next year, God willing, my matter in the courts will be completed.
Yep, I praying for
And
you that matter in the courts.
I will be back on top of things. And at this present time, they only have one spokesman. That's my good friend, but they only looking out for their personal gain interest.
Yeah,
Okay?
selfish.
And so at the end of the day, let me tell you what the bigger picture is. They formed two organizations that I was instrumental in incorporating, and I am the president of both. Now, one has a license and one doesn't have a license because the lawyer that incorporated the one in 2003 when they formed the coup against me, I have the license for that. You understand? They nothing they could do with me. They could go against me, they could backbite, they could backstab, they could undermine. But at the end of the day, because only who God give the vision to could carry out the vision.
I agree, and that's why you're successful. But look here, I gotta run because today is Tuesday. We just drag people for filth on this show. We just talk about people who doing the most shit. So give them all your information. Look here, anybody dead in your family, call my cousin. Give them all your information. Hatchet Bay, Red Dirt.
455-1197.
Say it one more time.
Red Dirt. 455-1197.
And tell them the name of your...
Dental G Day in the second.
Oh, and this my cousin
Emerald
who
Ridge
started...
Mortuary.
Oh, thank you. This my cousin who
The only
started all
gem,
them.
the only gem in funeral service.
Thank you. My cousin, people talking about topaz and ruby and emerald. My cousin started that.
Hello.
You're copying,
Let me just bring them to speed. Because of my work in funeral service, my colleagues overseas nominated me and honored me in 2013.
Oh, yeah, you get honored at home now. Bahamians,
Okay.
look how much a media award these people don't give out now and get one.
I received an award for leadership and diversity.
That's
in
right.
funeral
Get your
service.
awards away, cousin. Don't wait for Bahamians.
And I am the only black Bahamian funeral director that is inducted in the 100 Black Men of Funeral Service.
Yeah, but they ain't gonna give you that at home. That's how Bahamians,
No.
Bahamians are jealous and fuck up. They ain't give you no kind of accolade at home.
Indeed. But
So
the Bible
you keep
says,
doing you, though.
Yeah, man. A man's gifts will make
It's
room
okay,
for him
you
and
can
take
go.
him before a great man. And so I getting ready to go before some more great people.
That's okay, sweetie. Well, cousin, I'm proud of you. And every time I have a question about the funeral business, you always keep me informed. And thanks for letting our listeners and viewers know what the deal is. I appreciate you.
They need to know they need to know what's happening, and then too, I hope to shed some more light on some more things. Because like I indicated when I sent you the message on Messenger, they had a meeting yesterday with the minister that I was in. I didn't know about, and then
why they didn't tell you about the meeting? Where they traps themselves? Why they didn't tell you about the meeting? Child, you know what, cousin? Guess what? You know what I say? We still gonna shine. no matter how evil, Bahamian people like to do things to you. So you still shining. You get your awards away. You keep doing you, boo.
Hey, good.
All right, cousin,
Indeed.
I love you.
All the best.
Red dirt on everything. Hear my stupid friend Andrew say he can call you when he die. He crazy. Andrew, one of my listeners on YouTube, say he can call you when he die.
Andrew, I know plenty of
you know what? Yeah, plenty, Andrew.
They call me.
Man, like, yeah. I appreciate it. How we can call you when he dead, though? Andrew just being silly. Take care, cousin Wendell.
I said the Holy Spirit let me know Andrew gone and they'll...
Okay, you can get a message from the heavens. This could be good. So,
yeah,
cousin,
the Holy Spirit will let me know Andrew gone. And
okay.
The people who need to call me on behalf of...
Okay.
They'll call me. That's how this thing works.
You like foolishness. You like foolishness. Take good care. We're going to have everybody's asking them questions. We'll have Wendell back for the whole 2 hours and we'll talk. Take care, cousin. Yeah, people are asking questions now. We can have you come back. Let me know a day when you could give me time between 2 and 4. Because people are asking, you know, Bahamians are fascinated with death.
Okay.
All right, sweetie.
I'm free for that 2 hours because I just finished embalming, and so I just was, you called me and I just answered the phone.
I appreciate that.
I'll let you know which day it's good for me. I may be free for that 2 hours.
You know, yeah, let me know whenever you're ready. I'm in America now. I'm on my time. All right, sweetie. Ladies and gentlemen, my brilliant...
No, you're a native New Yorker.
I am a native New Yorker. That's why I don't understand why these Negroes talking shit about I running away. How you just run away to where you're from?
Indeed.
Some of our people so stupid. Anyway, we can pray for them.
Yeah.
Everybody ain't had that good Hatchet Bay education and upbringing, you know. Everybody ain't got it.
That's true. Yeah, we have to learn ours.
Yeah, we press on.
Yeah, because indeed.
All right, baby.
I got to run because I got some stuff I got to catch up on.
No, go ahead. Do your thing. Do your thing.
Okay, take care and thanks for your listeners listening in.
Oh, man, it's our pleasure. We just like to be informed. All right, people. Y'all know what's going on. Because see, what I like to do, when we hear stories coming out of the Bahamas, we like to have a discussion rooted in fact. I could, speculate and try and make up things as much as I want, but I like to do things based in fact. So as we sit in this square with Frederick Douglass, I can't take it. Yes, short round me, I did answer that. Say, Andrew wonder where's fruitcake? Nadia say if you don't have the right qualifications, your business should be not open. I agree. But Nadia, you know how trapsy we is. You know how we go in the Bahamas. Whatever buck up go. Let me tell him thanks. Hold on. Thanks, cousin. So today, people, as we sit in Frederick Douglass Square, actually it's a circle, and I wanted to sit here as I wait for my son to do what he has to do, because I want us to have different conversations with regard to building our country. Yeah, short around me and say, yes, Chrissy, I love gossip, but I prefer facts. Yes, God, we all love the gossip. But whenever these things are happening in our country, and we all know that when you're dealing with death, that's an emotional situation anyway. So I wanted to talk to someone who could give us some idea of what is happening. Because when you're mourning and when you're in grief, you're not thinking straight anyway. So that's why I wanted Wendell Dean to come on. Wendell G. Dean II. Y'all check it out. Let me read some more of your commentary here. All right. Savannah say, kill myself, Andrew. I'll call him on my dying bed. Andrew say, come pull your toe. Shaw will know if they embalmed me before they cremate you. Cremate you, not create you. We gonna ask, guess what? Y'all have this morbid obsession with death, and we're going to ask Wendell to come back on and have that discussion with us. All right. Emma Red, you got my business. Well, thank you. Thank you. Andrew say he praying. Why you praying, Andrew? Andrew say, don't vacation in Brazil, Andrew. Say, people selling kidneys. Well, there's a big organ market in the world. Especially, y'all is laugh at the movie Get Out. But that is real. People looking to harvest your organs, especially if you got that melanin in them. Aaron say, some tourists might come, they might dead. It's true. You know how much tourists is dead in the Bahamas? Now, of course, it's accidents, but you do need, the thing is, the subject of death is something that we don't like to talk about, but it's a subject that we have to talk about because it's going to affect every one of us. I mean, I don't like to admit to the fact that I know I'm going to die. I'm going to leave this world. But I believe if you're prepared, it makes you look at this a little differently. Now they say no wonder these funerals, the body don't look like the person in the casket. Well, a lot of times that does happen, but a lot of times that could be for many things. Like I know for me with my dad, one of the complaints I have, and that's one of the reasons why to this day I don't look at dead bodies, because my daddy, whenever I think about my daddy, I think about him in the coffin as my first memory. And so a lot of times people aren't embalmed properly and they do look different. Now my daddy looked different because he had a heart problem. So my daddy, who would have been a person who, my daddy was about, let me see, the complexion of like Aaron, who's watching. And by the time my daddy was buried, he looked like this. And so a lot of things happen, keeping the body out long. Heart disease tends to, I remember my uncle as well, he was very dark when he died. People get disfigured because of car accidents. I remember my uncle at his funeral, when they picked up his head to close the coffin in Christ the King, to this day I remember the stitches in the back of his head. So I have a mixed emotions when it comes to the whole dealing with the dead, but it's something that you have to do. Now the good part is, and this is why I say, you know, Lord, what they meant for evil, you meant for good. One of the things I am so happy I never have to do again is a family tradition that we used to do on both sides of my family. On the day of the family viewing, we would all head to the funeral home and kick off and cry and run out and then sit there with the body and just stare at it. I'm so happy I never have to do that again. The last time I did it was for my uncle. I don't have to ever do that again, and I'm so grateful for that. So again, what the enemy meant for evil is working out for my good. Even though I can't stand Travis Green anymore since he sang the Trump inauguration. What Travis Green said, all things are working for my good. All things are working for your good. So Marva, I want you to know, all things are working for your good. Marva says, these people who walking around you, you have to watch. LOL. I agree. That's what my dad used to say, because I remember my daddy, when we used to go visit my grandparents in St. Agnes Cemetery, and he used to always tell me, why are you afraid? It's the living you need to be afraid of. And I used to think that was so hysterical. So baby people, as we talk about the things that are happening in our country, crime is down by the grace of God, so says Stephen Dean. Oh, I love it. You know, and I know everything is because of God. Yes, indeed. We love the Lord. But when I have a press briefing by the police, I won't hear the grace of God. Marco say, the royal family, you better hold on to your organs. I can't take it. Shaw said, there's a peace with sitting with the body of a loved one. Sometime it is. But if you don't want to remember that loved one like that, I don't think it's a happy experience. Like I said, one of the regrets I have is that I spent so much time looking at my dad, that's how I remember him. That's the first. And then afterwards I remember, you know, and I ain't gotta lie, sometimes them bodies, Deborah, sometimes them bodies just make noises in the funeral home. And you see, my family used to run out, okay? They used to want to sit in the funeral home, because you know you have the private viewing with the family. And then they would want to sit in the funeral home all day. My cousin's taking pictures by the coffin, like, you know? So I'm glad I never have to do that again. I don't have to ever attend a funeral in Nassau again. Praise the Lord. All right? So that's the beautiful thing. Yeah, because I think a lot of it, even though a lot of it is our African ancestry, but a lot of it is crazy and morbid. Back in the day, before we had embalming and this fancy funeral service in the Bahamas, people used to be in the house. And I remember my daddy telling me a story of my Aunt Pearl laughing over the dead body of a family friend that was laid off in the house. And so, you know, we've come a long way, but tradition is tradition. If you like that tradition, then that's good on you. I personally am delighted that I never have to see another dead body again. Delighted. I don't have to hold another hand. I don't have to wipe another tear. I don't have to do any of that crap that I was assigned to. Oh, we meeting at the funeral home and we all wearing black and we dressing in this color, and I don't have to do none of that stupidness no more. I'm delighted. Marva say, Andrew, we have time. We have time. We need to go visit Chrissy, but she need to cook. Who? Don't come, child, look here. No, boo. Sorry. I'll soon let you all know where I settle down. I haven't settled down yet. I'm just traveling like I had said I was going to do in December. So I'll let you know when I settle down. Char say, when dressing my aunt a few years ago, her arm dropped and slapped my cousin on the ass. Total chaos. The room was empty. I agree. And you see, I have a problem with that. Like, I have some friends who put on their mummy makeup for their funeral. And I have friends who dress their own mother. See, I into that. And I am glad I never have to do that. All right. Deborah say, Farah say, stay in your lane. Farah! Stay in your lane, boo. Stay in your lane. Okay. Boo. And that's BEWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWWW of my relative's funeral, who was it? I can't remember. And you know how sometimes the human body lets out gases? Well, at one of the viewings, we heard a noise. Well, look here. Everybody shut up themselves. And the thing is, we all know that is merely a shell. I firmly believe, and people say it's metaphysical and flaky, I believe that this is just a shell, a carcass. Your spirit lives on. I believe that you live on. I don't know if I believe in reincarnation like some people, but I believe that your spirit does live on. And my good friend Deb, I admire people like my good friend Wanda, you know, people who help people transition into the next phase called death. I admire people who do that. I know I've been around people who have transitioned. I've again supporting family members. You know, yeah, your daddy dead, you called me to your house. Your sister dead, you called me to your house. Your brother dead, you called me to your house. Your mommy dead, you called me to your house. I'm so glad I ain't gotta do that no fucking more. No more. Hey, Grace. Grace, pray for Auntie Chrissy, girl. Auntie Chrissy trying to come down there for Christmas. Pray for Auntie Chrissy. We gonna work this miracle. We can work this miracle, because I see 1,000 love nesters going to the GoFundMe and each putting $10. Praise the Lord. Yay. So we're gonna know what's gonna happen with that. So let's talk more about what's happening in the Bahamas. You know, even though I'm away from the Bahamas and I am in America, I still am concerned about some of the things that I see happening in my country. Every morning when I read the headlines, I go, really though? Like really though? Like really? Like really? Like honest and for true. Like why insurances going up 20%? Deborah said we're just walking each other home. Hi, I agree. And you know, I've had a beautiful experience. I agree. Marco said we don't die, our soul lives on. Death is an illusion. Well, I think death is a transition. And I agree. I believe the soul does live forever. And despite how our lives can be problematic, I believe we as souls pick the experience we're supposed to go through for our soul's growth. And I know a lot of times people tell me, well, Chrissy, that's a bunch of shit. Why would I pick parents who abuse me? Why would I pick a country that doesn't respect me? Why would I pick this condition that I'm in? But there's something your soul has to learn on the journey. And some people say it's metaphysical and flaky. I just think that we are more than this outer shell. And that's why I don't understand why we don't get along with each other more. Because this outer shell is just that, a shell. That's why when you speak to people soul to soul, oh, listen to the bells on campus. I love it. I am enjoying this experience, can I tell you? And like I said, I am blessed, because if I were working at home like a Hebrew slave, like I usually do, and I ain't gotta lie, I do miss the 5 jobs. No, I don't miss the jobs, I miss the money. I ain't gonna lie, I don't miss the jobs at all. But me not being at home working my ass off, hi Farah, I miss you too, sweetie. Us Bahamians abroad gotta stick together, Farah. Give me a pound, Farah. Boom. And so, you know, this has given me an opportunity to experience these things, that these are memories that I was going to miss. But thank the Lord, I'm not missing it. So I'm sitting here on a fall day. It's December the 5th, and I don't need a jacket. I just put it on because I'm sitting still. And so God is good. Marco say, when we dream, it's our true selves in motion. I agree in dreams. As a matter of fact, there's this wonderful woman, Juanita Mazzarella. I remember in Unity in the Bahamas, she did a dream workshop. And it was so interesting about how our dreams are talking to us. And if more people were to listen to their heart, if more people were to listen to what their heart and soul is saying, I believe people in the Bahamas wouldn't be as unhappy and miserable. You see, we paint this picture of the Bahamas as this happy place where everybody's farting Skittles. But we all know in reality, the day-to-day living in the Bahamas takes a toll on us as Bahamians. But see, that's the story they don't want you to know. They want to paint this picture of lies. Now, let me just say for the record, there's some great things in our country. There's some great things in our country. Don't get it twisted. But we all know that we have to build a country where the majority of people benefit from the country. And so that is my concern. That is my dilemma. And that's why I believe I'm being fucked with, because I keep speaking about the people who, oh, sorry, Farah, I forget you watching. Farah, don't say them words. Miss Chrissy say boo. Don't say them words. Walk in the spirit. I agree, Deborah. You got to walk in the spirit, but bills got to pay, Deborah. It's hard for me to walk in the spirit when my rent due. Oh, what the song say? Your rent due. Your cable and light due. Thank you, legal. Your rent due. Okay? So while we walk in the spirit, we also have to deal in the reality. And the reality is that while I walk in the spirit, I still have needs on this physical plane. And I think sometimes life gets complicated when you try to balance the two. Thank you for that super chat, Legal. I appreciate that super chat. Super chat on YouTube, people. I appreciate the contributions. And let me just say for the record, people have been reaching out to me with their unknown phone numbers. Why are you always talking so bad about the Bahamas every day? The world is watching you. Well, the world is watching you too. So you should do better. In the words of Timothy Gibson, see how the world marks the manner of your bearing. So if you know the world is watching you, do better. The Keitra say, what spirit we drinking? By the way, people, y'all join me with a big Love Nest experience. Happy birthday, love you 2 times to LaKeitra Taylor, who is celebrating her, 20th birthday today? How old you is, Keitra? I need to play that number. Keitra, happy birthday, sweetie. And thank you for all you do. It's Lit Media does a wonderful job of branding Chrissy Love Live and Raw. And we say thank you. 23rd, Keitra, the last time you saw 23 was when you measure your waist. Girl, stop storying. Please say 23. Your ass, you don't care. You lucky the student just passed. Drinking tequila. You're preaching up in here. Yeah, Deborah. You know, I'm inspired by, you may have just joined in the show, Deborah, but let me show you where I am. Stay right there. Let me show you where I is. Let me show you where I is. Hold on. Let me show you the statue of where I is. You ready? Why it ain't turn around? Come on, turn around. Okay, it ain't turning around. Let me get up and walk. Oh, Lord, these knees are mine. Jesus. What if I could leave my bag on the campus? You think the students is teeth? You think there's teeth? Anyway. Yeah, happy birthday, Keitra. So let me show you where I am. I'm going to give you a bird's eye view. Check it out. These are all the quotes of Frederick Douglass. Okay, we read that one about power never conceding without a fight. This is another Frederick Douglass quote. No man can put a chain about the ankle of his fellow man without at least finding the other end fastened about his own neck. Yeah, all y'all who doing people in, you know who y'all are. No, I'm not at Howard, boo. I'm not at Howard. We're going to be at Howard. My friend who I was going to interview at Howard, she had to go out of town. So I'm going to be at Howard, I think, in the next week or week and a half. Happy birthday, Keitra. All right, here's another Frederick Douglass quote again. As we live lives that are decent and good. He who does not love justice and liberty for all does not love liberty and justice. And see, that's my problem in the Bahamas. There's liberty and justice for some, but not for all. Lord, I need makeup, eh? Lord, look here. Y'all see these? Look here, I have my dark circle. That's all right, though. I'm still friggin' cute. Look, I ain't like that ugly troll. Y'all saw that ugly video yesterday? Mother sick. That bitch ugly as fuck now. Anyway, here's another one. Rights is of no sex. Truth is of no color. And see, that's what hurts us in the Bahamas, that the very people who were light-skinned, who would have abused us and mistreated us, we have our very own people, our own legislators who look like us, keeping us down and doing us wrong. And that's what hurts. Here's another Frederick Douglass quote. Let me walk around. You ready? The blow we strike is not merely to free a country or continent, but the whole world from slavery. For when slavery falls here, it will fall everywhere. And see, that's my problem. Yeah, we live in an island paradise, but many of us are enslaved. Yes, we live in a beautiful country. Yeah, my purse, I know. I watching it. I watching my purse. Man, look here. You think these children is teeth? I don't think there's teeth, man. These children. You think the children teeth in? And here's another favorite quote of mine. This is why they keep you dumb, dependent, and sudgen. Because we all know that this quote right here is the truth. You hear me? It's a tell it like it is Tuesday. See it right here? Education. You see it? Education means emancipation. See, that's why they don't want to educate you, because if I educate you, I can no longer shit on you and treat you terribly. That is why we have an educational system in the Bahamas that is failing. That is why every year, out of the 6,000 who graduate, 3,000 are illiterate and illiterate. Because again, education means emancipation. So the longer I keep you in bondage and captivity, the longer I can shit on your head. Here's another Frederick Douglass quote. And this is for all the people who are trying to do Christina Thompson in. You ready? You ready? The right... Hold on. Y'all can see it? Y'all can see it, right? The right of speech is very dear to the hearts of intelligent lovers of liberty. The right of speech is very dear to the hearts of intelligent lovers of liberty. You see, that's why they try to keep you down, because they know that if they keep you down and keep you from expressing yourself, no, I'm not at Morgan either. We know that if we keep you down, that's how we keep you enslaved. Hey, Erica Morris. Here's another beautiful quote again, especially for our men of the Bahamas and our men in general. You ready for this one? Frederick Douglass didn't say fuck off. I know. I added that in. I was paraphrasing. So here's another one. It is easier to build strong children than to repair broken men. It is easier to build strong children than to repair broken men. And I say that all the time. Say the purple? What purple? What you see? I don't have no purple. I have on gray and... So here's our boy Frederick. Y'all ready? See Frederick? There's Frederick. Hold on. Say hi, Frederick. And so as we sit in this square, let me let you know the spirit of Frederick Douglass is strong. And that is why I know I personally, because of many great people like a Frederick Douglass, I ain't gonna take nobody shit in the Bahamas. You hear me? And if it means me having to stay here until I dead, until Wendell gotta come get my body and take it home, then so be damn it. Say Frederick look like a man of Alpha Phi Alpha. Look where you going. Why? Because the statue black? Jared say DC is the shiznit. You think DC is the shiznit? DC, alright. DC, you know, I don't know. Like I said, I haven't. Thank you, bass player. Bass player has given us another Frederick Douglass quote. Knowledge makes a man unfit to be a slave. And that is why in the Bahamas, we've had successive governments who have not decided to fix our educational system. Because the more I keep you shouting and screaming for the crab and the torch, the more dependent you are. The more I keep you dependent, the more I can control you. The more I can control you, the more I can keep you in bondage and captivity. Like how many of y'all drive through the historic communities of the Bahamas? You see, that's why I tell people, when I was going to buy my grandparents' house in Lewis Street, I was going to do a historic community tour. Because see, when people come to the Bahamas, they see the beaches and the hotels, but they don't see the people pumping water. They don't see the people shitting in the bush. Okay? And see, that's what I can't stand about what we represent. We are not going to have a country that is going to shine and thrive until all its citizens are treated decently. And that is my challenge. And when you speak out about it, they try to silence you, throw you in jail, put price tag on your head. Again, the jail you set for Christina is the prison that's going to enslave you. All right, Keitra say we applying for schools for grade 1 for Kaylee, and I about ready to start putting some enhancements in these cookies to raise them costs a little bit. Well, look here. Well, y'all know I move into a state where you could do that, right? So Keitra, you would come up, we could sell some cookies. You'll make Kaylee school fee in 2 weeks. Because I like how all of, Chip and Biff and Skip can make money off of narcotics. But when Pookie, Ramon, and Jaheim do it, it's a problem. Yeah, so Keitra, I soon let you know, boo. I'm doing the research for it now. Because even though I was thinking of staying in the DMV area, DC's legislation has not gone through yet. So that's not going to work for me. Gia Dell is giving us another Frederick Douglass. I love it. I love it. Let Frederick Douglass inspire us as Bahamians to get off our ass and stop being a donkey. Thanks. To suppress free speech is a double wrong. It violates the rights of the hearer as well as those of the speaker. Frederick Douglass said that. So as I sit here again, grateful for the chance, because if these things didn't happen to me, I would have been in Nassau, Bahamas right now. Let me see, today is Tuesday. I would have been at Taj Mahal. Man, look here. But guess what? I could use a Taj Mahal right now. People, even though I'm not home, y'all still go to Taj Mahal. But in Colorado, yes, Short Mia, I can open up a store in Colorado. So I was looking at that, but the market is so saturated in Colorado. But we're going to see. I have a good 6 months until I decide what I'm going to do. But I'll let you guys know where I settle. We'll have Thanksgiving. We can have turkey dressing with some CBD oil in it. Yes, I'll let you guys know. Thank you for the Frederick Douglass quote. So as we look at ways to fix our nation, Lord, look here. And look what I do this morning. Look here. I was hurry up shaving my eyebrow. Look how I shave off my eyebrow. Anyway, TCLA and say, listen as I drive. Now at stoplight. Hey, girl. So we're going to decide where we're going to be. But right now, again, whenever things aren't going your way, I keep telling y'all people, look at Chrissy Love is giving you a beacon, a compass to how life could be when you just let the fuck go. Just let go. Because again, I would not be here experiencing this with my child if I was still stuck in Nassau. And so I want to thank all the trapsy, salty, disgusting, evil people who are plotting away. By the way, 8 more days, people. Should we take bets? Yo, we should take bets on what's going to happen in 8 days from now. December 13th at 1 p.m. Anyway, I would say what I want to happen. Kendora say, Papa, fuck it all, 5,000 milligrams. You know, I think that I have enough of that pill. As a matter of fact, it's my favorite pill in my medicine cabinet. All right, people, let me read some more of your comments here. I want to thank you so much. Man, look here, Kendora, why you laughing? Keisha say, Greg on this car laughing at Kendora. Look here. Okay, what Kendora? Oh, you mean Kendora? Yeah, you want some enhanced cookies? Here's what we can do, Greg. When I finally set up here, you can come here, sell your enhanced cookies, because I ain't gonna lie. The cookies they bake in here with the CBD oil, Greg, they taste like shit. You could do a much better job, boo. You could make all kind of money up here. So I could be the conduit for Bahamians. Because why should only Chip, Skip, and Biff get in the narco business when we black people started it? Like most things. You know, we started most things as Africans. It's how it goes. But, you know, hey, we all know that the laws are used against us as opposed to for us. But I'll let you know. All right. I want some enhanced cookies too. Hey, I-95, did I say hi to you? Man, look here. I don't know. I doubt if Frederick Douglass. Anyway, we talking about Frederick. Frederick Douglass was never quoted the same fuck off. So how that could be the quote you use for them people? Man, look here. I had to add that in, Keitra. So, baby people, it's almost our hour that's gone by. I just want to say thanks to all of you who always watch the show. Please share the video, spread the video. Y'all pray for me when I leave the school today. Pray for my laptop to work because, you know, Aaron, we got to start working on Trapsy. We're going to have to do this by Skype, Aaron. And Aaron, how much you can charge me to be my ghostwriter? Let me know. But guess what? I don't care how much you charge me. You offered, and I can say yes, thank you so much. And I'm a good writer. It's just hard to write about yourself. Because again, you got to bring out all them things. So what story? Should I start with stories from when I was a kid? Or should I start from the recent stories in the Bahamas? Yeah, I think I'll start with the recent stories in the Bahamas. Yeah, and call these stink people. But guess what? I spoke to a lawyer friend of mine. And guess what they told me? You ready for this? Apparently, I can only call the first name. Because they heard me yesterday say WF. And WF, I think WF lives over here too. As a matter of fact, let me be disgusting. Who is the media person who married into the family of WF? And WF nieces be all on the TV and the radio. Who that is? Y'all ain't ready, boo. Y'all ain't ready. Trapsy, a Bahamian story. I love it. All right, let me read some more of your comments here. All right, I want to invest in that. Well, guess what? We can work on that. Man, look here. Can you imagine Greg Colley's cookies mixed with CBD oil? Now, I was thinking of going to Oakland, too, because I looked at California. But here's my thing with California. And, well, this was when I was still considering living in Exuma. I hated how far California was. But now that it looks like I'm going to... Wendell, you're going to have to come for my body over here and cremate that over here in America, boo. All right? Now that it looks like I'm going to be in America, I'm really looking at Oakland because, remember, the Bahamian who I've been trying to interview for the longest, if I beg Elliot Marshall one more time for an interview, I never beg Bahamian man so much like I beg Elliot. Anyway, Legal say she can't wait for Trapsy to come out. Trapsy, but we're going to do what it does. But I was looking at Oakland, California, because we all know California has that freedom. But again, do I want to live in California? I lived in California. Say, tell your son you need his college discount for your new computer. So where do I go to get his college discount for the new computer? Man, I don't want to buy a new computer. This computer ain't even a year old. Come on, Stan Ryan. No, man. I mean, bass player. No, man. I just bought this computer. Is not even a year old. Actually, wait. Actually, it is a year old. I bought it in November. I bought it when I did the show. So November 15th. So it is a year old. Yeah, that's when I bought the computer. So it is a year old. I can't buy a new computer now because look here, rent due, cable due, phone bill due, school fee. No, school fee ain't due. No, training fee is due. So a new computer, I'm hoping that I could go to one of these stores and they can fix it for me. Say, Lord, Kendora, Papa, what? Kendora so extra. Yeah, that's a new tablet. That's a new tablet, honey. Look here, I have cases of fuck it all in my kitchen cabinet, my medicine cabinet. I have them everywhere. Because that's the only thing that can get you through. So, baby people, I just want to say to you that while I stay here in America because of the evil plot against me, I want to thank you for still supporting Chrissy Love Live and Raw. I love the numbers that we're getting. I'm so grateful to you. And again, this is a conversation, a fireside chat Try restore. That might work. Okay. I've been to Microsoft. Let me tell Microsoft, do toughy, and I was worried. I called Microsoft when it wasn't working. So why? I figured it was Microsoft. You know, I a little naive. You know, I was an island gal. So why the Microsoft man tell me to give him one code? Next thing I know, this man was in my computer, moving around the mouse. He said, no, ma'am, Microsoft is not taking anything. We're just letting you know that if we're in the computer, we can tell you what has to be done, so you don't have to go take it to the store. So again, went to this, didn't go to the store yet, but the man at Microsoft said it will cost me $199. My rent due, your cable and light due. Hold on, I can play that song. I have PRS license. Let's see if that on. Let's see if that on. Who sings that song, Savannah? Who sings that song? I love that song. Your rent due, your cable and light due. I just remember I get my music license. I could play these things. Look here. Let me see if I can find that. Your rent due. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see if I can find that. Hold on. Y'all stay right there. You think that on YouTube's? You think that on the tubes? Let's see if it's on the tubes. Jared, you never hear that song? Savannah says she have no clue. Your rent due. Man likes to play that song on my show on terrestrial radio all the time. Your rent due. Hold on, let's see. Let me Google it. We're these Bahamian music aficionados. They were just helping you. Oh, that's what it is. Well, they said to me as Microsoft, they were able to look in the computer. You know, you get that warning, your Microsoft so-and-so. If you close this window, you lose all your whatever. You know, they scared the nanny out of you when your computer going off. Okay, let's see if I can find your rent due. It's the same people who sing. It ain't the same people who say, hey, mama, hey, papa. Ain't that the same people? Your rent due, your cable and light due. Man, look here. What that song name? Let's see if I can find it here on YouTube. On the tubes. Okay. Guess the first thing come up. How to avoid paying your rent. Okay, no, that ain't it. So, baby people, like I said, I want to thank you for this time that we share together. We sometimes whittle it down to an hour. Sometimes we stay later. But you see what happened yesterday? Following Nelson and Andrew and they trapsy Seth. They gonna cause me get right in trouble. Okay, about the things I said at the end of the show, even though they were true, like my apology. Y'all like my new apology? I'm so sorry about the true hurtful things I said about you. What about not being a hoe? What about that? Thanks. Anyway, Lord, I cannot. Oh, I tell you, one day, Lord, let me see. So what else y'all want to talk about? Aaron, I can reach out to you. Aaron, send me. Oh, you meant Keitra? Keitra said, just ask her, Jared. Man, look here, y'all. I like how y'all talk to one another during the show. I think that's so cute. Love nest. I love how you all communicate with one another. All right, so as I sit out here and look at the children, I'm actually in the science block here. Yeah, I'm in the science block. Yeah, I can tell y'all, after the court date over, after the court case over, I'll be sharing my location. But right now, I don't want to share my location because some of y'all Bahamians dead. Fuck up. I just gonna put that out there. Your rent due by Spider-Man. Thank you, Tanya Adley. Thank you, girl. Thank you. It is on YouTube. Oh, but let me play that because I do have a PRS license that gives me the right to play music. All right. All Bahamian artists whose music I play, I have a license. Thanks, Elaine. I love your newfound happiness. Man, I appreciate it. I'm glad. Okay, by Spider-Man. Your rent due by Spider-Man. No, I'm glad. Like I said, one of the things I hated when my son was away is that I used to miss out on things. And now that, thanks to stinking Cheryl, Shane, Wayne, and all the other stink salty PLPs who are trying to persecute me. All right. I don't see it, Spider-Man, your rent due. I see Spider-Man the movie. Man, look here. Oh, shite. I just dropped my phone. Yeah. Hey, girl. How is my people in London? Hi, Bahamians in London. How are you? Everything's good in London town? How's the weather in London? You know, we island people. The weather is beautiful where I am. I don't even have to wear. I had my time on in my bag. Look here, real Bahamian. Hold on, you ready? See, I had my time on. Then I take it off. Savannah saying, Andrew prank called me last night. I know his voice from anywhere. Andrew is very idle, okay? Very idle. Oh, it's snowing in London this weekend. So, Lady Gulliver's Travel, your rent due by Spider-Man. Look here, y'all can put the link there so I can play it. Your rent due, your cable and light due. Get some dancing up in this quad. You know, these light-skinned people love our music. Only Bahamians don't love it. I hope you don't have an iPhone where people can find you by your phone number. Man, look here, I have all kind of phone, but I have all my location turned off and thing. Even though my friend tell me, my friend who worked for the military, he said, girl, look here, you know if they won't find you, they could find you. But who is they? And plus, they're they who trying to find me. The they who trying to find me in jail. See again, the jail you tried to build for Christina Thompson Russell is the jail that holding you now. But I don't even worry about that because you know what? I am protected. I walk with God. Ain't nothing happen to me. I can't live my life in fear because some Bahamians have a problem with who I am as a person. I'm not going to allow that. So, you know, whatever you come in for me with, remember that I'm going to turn right back and reverse on you. What the song say? Smack it up, flip it, rub it down. Oh no! That go flip around right back on you, boo. All right, people. So I gotta go. The tour should be over by now. Say Andrew called me too last night talking crap. Can they come to the U.S.? Well, they're gonna come to the U.S. by extradition. Does that count? It's coming to the U.S. by sea. I came to the U.S. with a plane ticket and a passport. I don't know if extradition counts. I really don't know. Speaking of which, while I'm here, I think I can go interview all the Bahamian kingpins while I over here. I can go look for 90, see if I get an interview. I can look for Melvin, because you know Big Mel is my boy. That's my boy. I can look for Melvin, and then once the other person come here, I can ask him for an interview. Because I'm fascinated by the whole extradition treaties that the Bahamas signs with America. I have mixed feelings about it. I think that it's a problem, but it's what happens. We all know that there are certain career choices in life that give you certain outcomes. All right. What Savannah say? He get it from the Love Nest group. Man, I can't take it. You gotta love Andrew. But by the way, can I tell y'all Love Nest group was just too extra. I ain't gonna lie. Tuffy said I wish they would treat the rapists and the thieves like how they treating you. That's something, mate. I mean, how this salty judge could have customs have notices out for me? They acting like I am the Bahamas' most wanted. And all these people who done thief and lie and kill and maim and murder, and they messing with me. And that's what I said. You know, somebody sent me, of course, one of his friends, you need to get extradited. I was like, don't be stupid. Extradited for what? You know, again, I don't understand this level of joy that some Bahamians are seeking out of my circumstances. And like I told you, I love you guys. I love the Love Nest. And Keitra and Greg could tell you, Keitra, how long I been talking about saying fuck the Bahamas? How long I been saying that? Achia say know them long time. Them people is mine. Everything is fine as they stay in line. When the native woman, I love that song here. You're dingy, good for nothing with your picky head. You got to sleep on the floor because you ain't got no bed. Rest in peace, Ronnie Butler. And that's what I say. You know, I'm not going to upset myself about what could happen. I'm living my life like it's golden. I have a great opportunity to, you know, resume my life in America. I'm not going to let anybody steal my joy, but I'm not going to allow stupid people who have a problem, all right, with me to try and steal my joy. You ain't gonna steal my joy, boo. You ain't gonna steal my joy. And I look at it like I was just talking to someone else about how we are so ungrateful to our people who we say are creative and beautiful. If I'm so creative and beautiful, invest in me, invest in my show. You know, I look at people who died just miserable, and they were creative, giving their soul, their guts, their whole spirit. I remember having a conversation with Dry Bread, and he told me about how he was so disheartened, okay, about this industry that just uses your talent and then spits you out. We have to stop being an ungrateful nation. One thing about America, when you have talent and they love you, they gonna buy your records, okay? No, but not us. And so when I look at Ronnie's situation, Errol, Errol Cash, all the musicians who would have gone on. I told you the story of Cyril Stevenson. You know, we don't appreciate our own. And there comes a time when you have to say to yourself that if you're not appreciated where you are, then you need to move away from that situation. And yes, it may hurt. Yes, it's family. I tell you, I had to walk away from my family who I have known. Again, I have been close to them since 1970 when I came here. Because I will admit, living in New York, we would only see them like once or twice a year. All right? So, but again, sometimes you have to walk away from situations that are no longer for your highest good. So I keep telling you, as you watch this show, use my life as an example. All right? All right. Elaine is giving me some good advice. Elaine, you move here for love, though. You ain't move here because you couldn't deal with stupid people. All right. Yeah, what Elaine say? Elaine, I can't see your message. Why it said message truncated? It says message truncated. Anyway, but there are things I miss. But again, I don't want to be stink, right? The Bahamas is a beautiful place. We have the best water in the world. Hey, Lisa from Atlanta. I was thinking of coming to live in Atlanta because I ain't got to lie. The houses in Atlanta dead cheap. But I know. I got to think about the A. I have mixed feelings about the A. Yeah, I don't know why the message is retracted. Anyway, Elaine was basically saying that you miss the water and you miss certain things. But if I really want to go to a beach, again, I'm not being salty or anything. If I really want to go to a beach, there are many places I can go to the beach on. Yes, I happen to like Ann's Creek, and yes, I happen to like Gold Rock Creek Beach in Grand Bahama. But again, not going to the beach in the Bahamas is not going to kill me. Gia said, I found that Portugal has just as beautiful waters and it's much cheaper. The Keitra say, oh, tell Chrissy I'll come pick it up. Oh, thank you. So again, I'm not going to let this whole situation bother me. I want to see what's going to happen. So once December 13 arrives, then we'll go to the next step. But the one thing that is pissing me off is that this bitch is making me spend money that I had planned for other things. She's making me borrow money for things I had plans for other stuff. All right? And see, that's what's upsetting to me, that this bitch is in my pocket. All right. Chia say relatives are those that we are related to by blood. Family are the people that we choose, that care for us and are there for us. I agree. And I'm learning that. Like I said, you know, I will admit, it's hard to walk away from the woman who squeezed you out of her front. However, if that is a toxic relationship, then you need to move away. And I blame myself because in my quest to, we all have this affiliation need. In my quest to try and keep the peace, I pretended that things were different than how they were. And so that's my lesson I have to learn. Do I regret pretending and being a good daughter and a good sister and a good cousin and a good auntie and a good whatever? No, I don't, because that is my personality. But I just say now it's Chrissy o'clock. Thank you, child. Y'all put some on the PayPal. WBRussell99@gmail.com. Lord, speaking of WB Russell, Jesus, it's after 4. Hold on. We're supposed to meet Wayne at the library. Look here. I love y'all. No, it's after 3. Oh, okay, we have time. Why somebody tell me it's 4 o'clock? Oh, Elaine said it's a process, Chrissy. You will miss it a lot now because you just left the Bahamas. But check you in 1 year and I promise you won't miss it as much. I believe that. And the thing is, I've always lived a back and forth kind of life. So while I miss it, I know that whatever, for example, you talk about beaches. If I want beaches, I could go to other places. The food. If I want food, I could cook it Madame Zeph. Because in my world, I'm the best Bahamian cook ever. Oh, in my world. Oh, thanks. You know, if I miss the music, I could go on YouTube and hear some Junkanoo CDs. If I want to see Junkanoo, there are many states all over. As a matter of fact, there was a big Junkanoo celebration in Atlanta the other week. Okay, so there are many things I can do. If I never return to the Bahamas, it's not going to break my heart. Seriously, it isn't. Now, the one thing I'm going to miss is that once I done finish boring hole inside that woman, I was going to take some of that money and throw a big party in Rawson Square right after she gives her public apology with her tight-ass dress and her bad fuck-up wave and that big gappy pot. But anyway, yeah. So that's the only thing I missed, that I'm not going to be able to actually be there physically for the party. Marco, I can't take it. Marco, I can't. You know you got to love the Bahamas. Keitra said, if you can, make it to Scotia. Message Chrissy. She will give you my info and I'll come to and pick up the money and take it to Scotia for her. Thanks, Keitra. See why I love you? Thanks. No, but the thing is, I tell Bahamians it's not about begging. It's about putting skin in the game. If you value my talent, just like how you pay to watch all the other people on TV and you pay to listen to other people, you pay to go to see them, value my talent. And that's my issue with the Bahamas. When I look at the things that I've gone through in this country does not value my talent. And I'm not saying I want your awards and your accolades, but it'll be good to be respected for your talent. You know, pissed at people who just reach in media. Anyway, but that's all right. I'm going to be good about it. But every day, as long as the Lord give me breath and strength in my body, I can be here on YouTube. Now, Shara and I are working on the app where I could just do the show from the app alone. So that will require more of you downloading the app. But that's going to take a while and that's going to take some money. So right now, thanks to the YouTube Creators platform that exists, we're able to do our show here and we're able to give to the show and we're able to have a conversation amongst us Bahamians. Yes, because at the end of the day, no matter how you may feel, guess what? That country is our country. With all its flaws, with all its issues, it's still our country. And I'm not going to let anybody silence me because they have a problem with the things that I say that are true. Don't get mad at me. Oh, thanks. Thanks, Tuffy. Don't get mad at me because I took the option that was available to me. It's like you listen to some Bahamians talking about my situation and it's like they kind of mad that I'm not in the Bahamas allowing myself to be shit on. I just listen to them like, and especially these media people. I can remember the silence of all y'all in media, especially one person in media, when they was talking about all her vagina issues and all them old wormy man she used to sleep with. I was here defending her ass. But you ain't got to worry about me no more. I look at the silence of media people, and it's just amazing to me. It's just amazing to me. Amazing to me. Jason, why you sipping on tea? Seriously, you know, somebody calling you the biggest whore in the country, and I hear I'm working on them 100,000 subscribers, boo. I hear defending you, and you can't even say, well, what's wrong? What's happening with Chrissy's case is awful. Freedom of speech is guaranteed under the Constitution. I look at the silence, and there have been people like Erica spoke to some people who told her they support me. But if you support what's going on with me, you should be vocal about it. Like I said, when they was talking stink about your family, I jumped in and tried to help your ass. But it's okay. For every little media person who don't have the sack to say something about it, I reached out to the lady who brought me in media. You think I hear an answer from her yet? The woman who brought me in media. But that's okay. I can pray for her. So at the end of the day, people, use this situation, what I'm going through, as a cautionary tale. All right. Jared say he say yeah, people in Freeport. Jared, look here. Scotia and Freeport, Jared. Scotia and Freeport. And I soon get it so I only gonna be doing PayPal, because I tired of giving Scotiabank all this advertising, and they don't even say, well, Chrissy, here's $50 for your show. But that's all right, because let me tell you, some Bahamians are happy when they see you going through tribulation, because their lives are so fucked up and shitty that that's the only joy they get out of it. It's really sad. But I keep telling you, I'm happy. Okay? I have a child. Half of these bad bitches who around Nassau throwing their cunny everywhere, the Lord ain't blessed their womb yet. So, you know, don't get mad at me because you barren and fuck up and unhappy. You made those choices to have wormy cock inside you. I ain't do that to you. Let me behave. Lord, I got to stop hanging out with my girl, Siobhan. Siobhan, you on the naughty mat. Lorraine say you look good. The weather is great for your complexion. Thank you. Thank you. Lorraine said, just sucking up all this information. Yeah, man, you got to have all the info. And that's what people kill me. Bahamian people who are glorifying in my situation, like who are siding with stupid Cheryl, stupid Shane, stupid Wayne, actually egging them on into stupidity. I just laugh at them because they're unhappy people. All right? Thank you. Wayne need to go take care of that baby that he had with the drug dealer girlfriend. That's what he need to fucking do. Oh, thanks. Although I think he taking care of the baby because he tried to take the baby from the galley. Anyway, I don't have time for these people's stories because, again, Bahamians mad at you because their life fuck up. I don't get it. See, I look at people's lives and I go, do you, boo? Gone. Gone, then. Do you? Gone. Gone. No, but not Bahamians. Not Bahamians. They can try to do you in and harvest you and actually get a laugh at it. But I keep telling y'all, the laugh on y'all, because guess what? Where I is, the mail does reach on time. Where I is, cornflakes is $2. Where I is, the light to stay fucking on. Where I is, the water have pressure. I trying to put on my shower head now so I can start getting my rocks off. But I ain't got no pliers. Okay, where I is, the roads smooth. Okay, where I is, I don't have to go in the hospital and lay on the gurney in the hallway and wait for a bed. Thanks. So while you all rejoicing, oh, Chrissy love, I saw some people talking shit on social media. Where's the fugitive now? I like how Dade is talk about how you could be a fugitive. Again, I like how white people could have two places to live. Like, do you call Peter Nygaard and Louis Bacon fugitives? Do you call all the other rich white people in the Bahamas fugitives? Okay? Do you call other people who escaped when Robert Vesco came? Oh yeah, we did call Robert Vesco a fugitive. Plenty Bahamian get plenty money from Robert Vesco. So don't get mad at me. Yeah, I being dead petty. Jared say, this 2 minutes of shade has been brought to you by Fred Douglas. Yeah. Keitra say, you just hurt all Greg Hobb with this cornflakes price. Greg, I can send you some cornflakes. As a matter of fact, cornflakes, when I use my card, you know the card in the food store, and I just check myself out because I just go slow. I got to make sure I have every coupon. Ah, your item is scanned, $149. I got the Honey Nut Cheerios, boo, the Honey Nut Cheerios, the big family size, $3. So, Greg, what you want me send you? Greg, whatever you want. I keep telling you and Keitra, whatever you want me send you, I will send it to my boy Osano mailbox, and you will get that. So I laugh at y'all. Y'all who making fun and sport about what I going through over here. Trust me, I can be dead good. And let me be disgusting. Don't get mad at me because your mommy didn't open up a pussy over in America. Just because your mommy had you on the paper bag in PMH. Don't fucking get mad at me, boo. I was born in a real fucking hospital. A hospital don't have no water tank crack. Yeah, dead trapsy. Very stink. So all y'all who rejoicing, I got something for y'all to rejoice on. Rejoice on the fact that you can be in that clusterfuck when your insurance going up 20%. And let me just say, I feel sorry for the misery Bahamians have to endure. I really do. I ain't gonna lie. While I'm being funny and laughing about it. It really breaks my heart when I see all those taxes being piled on y'all. They piling taxes on y'all like just how the government like pile cock on y'all. That's how they piling taxes on y'all. So I just feel some kind of way. So I'm not saying I'm rejoicing at your misfortune. I just want you to look at what you say and lace it with reality. Because while you're talking about I'm suffering and I'm on the run and I'm a fugitive, bitch, I'm in the place where I was born. That's why I laugh. So again, Love Nest, thank you for telling everybody about their ass who's be talking shit about me on social media. My poor friend Erica, she stay rowing people every day. But anyway, guess what? I've been on this show for 81 minutes. Yeah, that's the people. Girl, look here, you don't see them things? But I am not a fugitive. How do you be a fugitive? I decided it kills me. So what was my plan? I should have stayed in the Bahamas and let Cheryl Grant put me in jail for doing nothing? See, that's what has killed me. People confused, but Bahamians are jealous like that. Don't get mad at me because you got to sit on Queen Street on that hard fucking wood waiting for visa. Don't get mad at me because you got to go get your visa form for your children to go to school. Don't get mad at me, boo. There are ways you can change your life as well. All right? And see, that's what kills me. These same people who rejoicing, right? And especially this one person who rejoicing. But you notice he gone from making film at ZNS to counting chicken and fucking crow. Yeah, go count them cows with your scaly self. You may blend in actually because you look like a scaly animal. But you want to talk shit about Christina Thompson. Please, you want to be me, bitch. You wish you was me. I love Andrew too. Andrew's be telling people all about their ass. And then you have that soupy mouth hoe who on social media talking about me. Yeah, only because that's Shane, mother-in-law. I don't talk about her. And I like Shane. It ain't Shane's fault that his wife mother's a fucktard. Yeah. So instead of worrying about where I is, you need to go fix them forky teeth in your fucking mouth. And you need to go unsoupy your mouth. Huh? Thanks. With your hard heel and your fucking crusty toe. Yeah. You never see her on Facebook? She always on there talking. I just make a comment on a post. Then all of a sudden the post become about me. Again, people obsessed with you. Just obsessed. So dear Bahamians, who think you are experiencing joy based on this perceived hardship, it ain't gonna win in your favor, boo. So thank you, Love Nest, for all your support. Thanks for telling people about their ass. Where's my girl Karen Munnins? Say intervention. I don't need no intervention. Them people need intervention. And what kind of straight man talks about a woman's dress size? Really? Anyway. Bahamian people, it's a Tuesday, and in the words of Frederick Douglass, power never concedes without a fight. Yes, she have forky teeth. Go look her up, Jennifer Johnson. She always come in talking in my inbox, talking the most shit. I just be like, girl, you need to go sit down. But again, only because she is Shane, mother-in-law. That's why I just don't tell about her ass. And it's always ugly bitches who's want to try to come for you. Bitch, you see me without makeup? Do you see this? You can't test this, boo. Okay? Don't test me now. Don't get mad at me because your teeth fuck up and your skin ugly and your mouth soupy. Yeah. Don't get mad at me, boo. Go get some braces. Go try to knock them teeth back in your mouth. That's why I laugh at them. So thanks, Love Nest. Especially my see Nelson. Nelson's be telling people they ask me too. And you know, Facebook got Bahamians thinking that they're Bahamians on Facebook. Y'all need to catch yourself, you know. Y'all need to catch yourself. Instead of you worrying about what other people doing, you need to go fix your struggle life. Go fix your struggly life. If you go, guess what? Google Chrissy Love. Let me see. If you Google Chrissy Love and mean post, this woman always, it's like These people are stalking you on social media. You know, when Mark Zuckerberg invented Facebook, he did a great thing. But some Bahamians just ain't used to Facebook. Like Keitra say, Bahamians dead brave behind the keyboard. Dead brave behind the keyboard. And then when they see me on public, they just want to come talk to me. I'd be like, if you don't carry your soupy mouth from me, again, it's always ugly bitches. Always. Always ugly bitches. And you should see your toenail. When your toenail crusty, don't talk to me. And you on Facebook with sandal, look here, fix your fucking foot. Anyway, child, look, I've been on here for 85 minutes. Lord, this almost 90 minutes like the show that I used to do before. So, baby people, look at my life as a cautionary tale. What Nelson say, computer take forever to load. Nelson, we talking about Williams and Jefferson's to her, get Chrissy computer fixed. Yeah, I go in there, I can go check it now. After we finish here at the library, you know, this is a daily tour. This is a tour for the day, so what time is it? The tour should be ending at 4 o'clock, so it's 3:42. Okay, we soon finish. We soon finish, boo. We soon finish. Yeah, so that's what I keep telling y'all. Nelson said I reached a drag. Who Andrew missing didn't drag. I can't take it. Look here. I love how y'all is round. Nelson sent me some fried fish. Jason said you need to come on, sit on the couch, Lord. I don't have to sit on the couch. See, I let out everything that I'm feeling. Unlike y'all Bahamians who is keep it bottled in and then you damn have a heart attack, your voice explode. I just let it out. I just let everything out and I shit good. Say leave Burroughs alone. Yeah, that scaly bitch. He gone from making, and that's why I laugh. You making fun of my life. But now look where you is. Where you is? The Ministry of Agriculture? You can send out press releases from there. But then again, you should have never had that job at ZNS because you incompetent and illiterate. Yeah. Keitra said if you got something to contribute, message Greg so we can swing for it. Or tell Nelson send me some rum. And if I pour the rum on the computer, it'll work. Yeah. So I don't have time. And you know, can I tell you, he's been obsessed with me ever since he was a little struggling poet and I gave him a chance. See, that's why, you know, one thing I must say, you notice when you feed stray animals, they don't attack you. But when you feed stray people, just like that judge, when you feed stray people, they just want to come attack you. Yeah. Keitra said, let's not talk about ZNS and people who are supposed to be working there. Child. And what has killed me about the FNM? They just keep the incompetent dumb people at ZNS. Well, they moved that one. He could go play in the cow manure now. Although, guess what? If you stand Andrew next to some cow manure, Lord, I call his name. Ugh. Sorry. And Andrew, I don't mean you, sweetie. Use the good Andrew. Okay? We won't even tell the difference between that idiot and the cow shit down on the floor. So go count them cows. Go count that. Go count them animals. Yeah. I tell you. But what has irked me is that Perry Christie gave that young idiot a contract. So he still get paid every month off of our money. Lakeisha said, I know one former minister whose son, his namesake, is a big head man and can't fucking read. Big cameraman, I agree. I know you talking about the same one who trying to put me in jail. Yeah, but that's what they do, you see. See, they just pile up all these government places with all they family. When his baby daddy was big thing in the union before his political career, we know who you talking about. We know who you talking about because he shared his name. But that's what they do, you see. They hire incompetence. They hire the incompetent, and then when you highlight their incompetence, it's Keitra, it's like your friend. Erica tell me, my cousin Doing want to speak to her now when she see her. Child, I laugh. Don't get mad at me, because I tell the people that you was a fucking model and you had contract for sidewalk. Don't get mad at me, because I tell the people you was campaigning and you a public officer. See, don't get mad at me, because your life fuck up. Don't get mad at me. And you're so cute. Anyway, people, I gone. Remember, just because you ugly in your face, don't be ugly in your ways. You gotta pick a struggle. Ugly bitch, cunty bitch. Pick one. You gotta pick one. All right, people, I've been on 88 minutes. Rake it up, rake it up. Rake it up, rake it up. Millie Rock on any block. Look here. You can tell I've been around these young children too long, right? They was in the quad the other day. What is this? What are you cutting? What are you doing? What is that? Anyway, I go on, y'all. I love y'all. Bye.